The trouble sort of is continuing for radical Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn, except it's not really trouble if there are no consequences. And yet again, it seems that's going to be the case. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll explain the entire thing to you. Madison Cawthorn brought a big knife to a school board meeting that took place at a school in North Carolina. This is against the law, okay? New York Magazine reporting. Last week, Madison Cawthorn, the MAGA congressman from North Carolina, attended a school board meeting in Henderson County where he spoke, of course, against mask requirements for students. While he was there, an attendee snapped a photo of what appeared to be a knife stored underneath his wheelchair. By the following day, it was circulating on social media, and the school district notified authorities and publicly committed to cooperate with their investigation in the interest of the safety of our staff, students, and members of the public. Bringing a knife onto public school grounds is a Class 1 misdemeanor in North Carolina, but the Henderson County Sheriff's Office announced the congressman would not be charged. In a statement, the sheriff's office said that the decision took into account the full circumstances of the incident, by which I guess they mean a Republican congressman did it. Quote, although unacceptable, occasionally a person inadvertently possesses a knife. Politics being what it is, writes Olivia Nuzzi, Cawthorn's adversaries are not content to let the issue die with the ruling from the sheriff's office. On Sunday evening, American Muckrakers, a political action committee that opposes Cawthorn, sent a letter to Pelosi urging her to investigate the matter and take appropriate action. The letter includes further documentation about when and where Cawthorn carries the knife in the form of a photograph published in January. The image taken by Gabriella Demzuk on the morning of January 6th as Cawthorn made his way to speak to the crowd that would go on to storm the Capitol shows the congressman's fist raised in the air. The letter notes that in the photo below Cawthorn, there's an object bearing a knurled, rounded, metallic-colored end with a black face, a large hole, and an apparent screw head bearing a strong resemblance to the Microtech SBD dagger. The idea being that this guy is carrying knives around all the time. So remember that Madison Cawthorn also tried to bring a gun in his checked baggage through TSA security at an airport. Now, you might say, David, why are you saying tried? He said he didn't know it was there. Well, it was there. Not knowing the location of your firearm is a negligent act at best. And he did try to go through with it in his luggage. The idea of, well, he didn't know that it was there doesn't really change that. And it was just a big oopsie. No big deal. No charges. It's cool, everybody. Won't be charged for the gun at the airport. Won't be charged for the knife at school. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of a pattern here. And it is against the law in in North Carolina. It is unlawful to possess or carry, open or concealed, any Bowie knife, switchblade, dirk, dagger, or other pointed or sharp-edged instrument on school property. Am I most concerned with this, or is this just a symptom of the bigger issue? The bigger issue is this guy so acutely, so desperately, so obviously has no business being a lawmaker, period. He has nothing substantive or valuable to contribute about mask mandates. He went with the knife to the school board meeting just to say we shouldn't have mask mandates. He has nothing relevant to add about school policy or any policy whatsoever. And Cawthorn is really emblematic, an example of the worst of the Trumpian Republican Party, along with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and a few folks who have been around a little longer, Matt Gaetz, Louis Gohmert, who's been around even longer. And this is why I see the 2022 midterms as uniquely important as far as midterms are concerned. You know, we said the 2020 presidential election was likely one of, if not the most important presidential elections in a really long time. That was absolutely true. We don't typically say these are the most important midterms of our time. I am convinced that the 2022 midterms very well may set the direction of American politics into 24, 26, and 28 at minimum. And if these people get reelected, assuming they all run for reelection, Marjorie Taylor Greene apparently is. We looked at one of her ads yesterday. If Cawthorn runs for reelection, if Boebert, they may have already filed for reelection. I just haven't checked. You may know more about it than I do at this point. If they get reelected, it will be a real signal of the likely Trumpian direction of the Republican Party and thus much of the country for the foreseeable future. And, gun in airport, knife at school, it's all very, very bad. But most importantly, Cawthorn is a guy who offers nothing in terms of policy. They don't even really hide it. I believe it was an aide to Madison Cawthorn a few months ago said, we're not really running a policy shop. We're running, I think they called it a communications office, meaning we're about social media and memes and images and bullet points. We're not about policy. And that's much of the Republican Party at this point in time. One of our sponsors is Nebbia, who have developed the most impressive showerhead I've ever seen. It was designed by former NASA engineers who spent years researching how to save water. And what they created, the Nebbia by Moan Spa Shower, uses 45% less water than a traditional showerhead, but with an 81% more powerful spray. And they do this by using atomized droplets that rinse soap and shampoo off faster than any showerhead I've ever used. I installed Nebbia by Moan Spa Shower in my bathroom at home. Took 5 minutes to set up. I've been using it for about a year. I'm in and out of the shower way faster because of that powerful spray. But again, it's helping the planet and your wallet by using 45% less water than a traditional showerhead. Nebbia is currently offering free shipping in the US on pre-order products, and for all other Nebbia products like the showerhead, which starts at just $199, you'll get 10% off when you go to nebbia.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman. The link is underneath this video.